Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium medium question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help. And I thought it was very straightforward. So you just have to basically follow the directions. Again, let me show you how I did it. This one is called the minimum cost path with alternating directions 1. So you're given two integers m and n. So that's basically like the number of the rows and the column dimensions of this grid that they don't give you. But basically you have a cost to enter a cell and you want to start at the top left and make your way to the bottom right. Okay, so just based on that, you can probably say, hey, this is going to be recursion. And then we can go ahead and define that as x and y. And then obviously we're going to try to hit the minimum total cost. So anything has to be smaller than infinity. And if this at the end is equal to, if it's not changed, then return -1, as it says right there. If it's impossible to reach the bottom left from the top right, otherwise return this. Cool. So now we have to begin moving based on these conditions, either down or right or left or up. So basically what that means is we need to figure out the cost. So let's call this cost. And then we're also going to figure out we don't want to repeat coordinates to get infinite recursion. And we also want to keep track of the turn. So the cost is going to be 0 plus 1 times 0 plus 1, because we start on x and y being 0, 0, and it says right here that's the cost, and then this is just an empty set, and we start at turn 0. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure we're not out of bounds. So, or y is bigger than or equal to n, or if this is already seen, then we can just return -1, because at that point we haven't reached the bottom left and we're out of bounds. So we have to backtrack somehow, right? So otherwise, we can also just say if x is equal to m minus 1 and y equals to n minus 1, then we reached our destination. And we can return our, let's say that's called the count. And we're just going to return count plus turn. So this will make a little bit more sense later, but let's just do this for now. And then obviously, so basically now our turn, we're taking a new turn, and based on the turn, whether it's odd or even, we do two things. So if turn is odd, then we do something else. Otherwise, we don't. So then let's call this down and right. So down is just going to be, so if we're going down, then we have to say, let's call this dx dy is x plus 1 and y. Otherwise, right x, right y is x plus 1, x, y plus 1, going right, going down, right. Okay, so that's the column coordinate. And then we just go ahead and do dx, dy, and also the cost is going to be as moving to the next cell. So the new cell, not the one we're currently on, so dx plus 1 times dy plus 1, and then we have our set. And then turn obviously is still the same, so we already incremented it there. And then we also want to add x and y so we don't duplicate for here. And we want to do the same thing, rx, ry, rx plus 1 times ry plus 1, scene and turn. Okay, so here we want to do the same thing for even numbers. So left x, left y is, so left is just going to be x, y minus 1, and then up is going to be x minus 1, y. So down is plus, up is minus. So now we can say left and then up, DFS, DFS, same thing, LX, LY, UX, UP. So LX plus 1 times LY plus 1, scene and turn are the same. UX plus 1 times UI plus 1. Okay, scene and turn. And let's go ahead and where's the count? Okay, so this is obviously not right, but we want to say self.answer is min of this one and turn. As a global variable. Okay, so all right, so let's go back up a little bit. So if this is odd, so okay, so it's not going to be cost plus turn, I think, because what we're going to do is this is the cost. It already costs that much to get to the current cell, and then we want to add the current turn as well. So if you print cost and turn, the way I validated my work was just here. You can see that equals to 3. And yeah, so basically just do that recursion because we're accumulating the cost up to the current cell, and we've hit the bottom left cell starting from the top right cell. Otherwise, we return -1. Okay, so let's submit this. Okay, so up is UX, UP. Oh, UP plus 1. Okay. And there you go. Passes all test cases. Again, I'm really, really proud that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance and solve it on my own. Even though the runtime and memory are not the most efficient, again, this represents my own work. So, yep, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.